welcome back, everyone. And today it's a big pleasure to introduce to you great conductor. Her name is, yes, exactly, her name is Karina Canellakis.
Perfect.
Yeah. And thanks for being here. Thanks for bringing some time for this little interview. And it's a pleasure to perform with you.
You too.
And thanks for the rehearsals and everything. So I'm looking forward for the concerts. And we are having obviously a great time here. And first of all, the main question is always, because the name of this interview is Head or Heart. Mm-hmm. So head or heart?
Heart.
Pretty simple. Heart. Thanks. This is a great answer. It feels so cool. Yeah, because sometimes people, they say both, and I understand this, but the truth is, I believe in this, it's always a heart first, and then we can work and think and whatever. Okay, another question is like, do you have, because I couldn't figure this out, do you have sisters, brothers?
I have a brother named Nick who plays the cello.
Oh, he's playing the cello.
He's a great cellist, and he lives in New York City. And he also has a lot of videos on YouTube.
Oh yeah, really?
Yes.
Oh, we need to connect this. So Nick Canellakis.
Nick Canellakis.
So, and the interesting thing also, when I read where you're from and stuff, like, so your parents, it's kind of because I'm a cocktail as well, as I used to say, because my mom, she is kind of Jewish Russian. My dad is German, Russian, even Kyrgyzstan, a bit of Netherlands in there. So, and you're like the Canellakis, of course, I think everyone can guess it's kind of Greece.
Yes, but my dad is half Greek, half Russian. So half Russian Jewish, that's my grandmother, who was from Omsk, and my Greek grandfather, they met in Harbin. Basically, they lived in China. So my Greek grandfather was born in China. My father was born in China. And his mother tongue was Russian, but they also spoke English at home.
Okay.
And then they emigrated to Australia, and then Paris, and then the US. So,
oh, gosh.
And my mom is American. She's from Nashville, Tennessee.
How did you do this? I mean, it's like, as a kid, you need to jump all the way and travel and...
It's a good story. My dad has somebody should make a movie about my dad's life.
Maybe this is gonna be a bit too long for the interview. Well, it's impressive. So you have a good blood.
I think so. Yeah.
I find it funny. A Greek dad who was born in China.
Yeah.
Well, this is really special.
Yeah.
Wow, cool. And beside of this, I also what I like is you played the violin, or you still play?
Yeah,
I do still play.
Yeah,
just for fun, right?
Yeah. For the moment. Yeah. I would like to do chamber music whenever possible. Yeah.
Next time we need to have a call before, so we maybe can arrange some chamber music in here.
That would be really fun.
And my question is, like, you switched. You played the violin in a lot, let's say, orchestra, and then there was the moment something happened. So what was it? Like, you've been drunk or?
Why would I do that? Why
I don't know.
would I want to be a conductor?
Yeah, exactly.
I think the short answer is I probably always wanted to do this and just didn't know it. Because I love playing the violin. I always loved playing the violin, and I was enjoying it so much I thought I don't have any reason to change my life as a violinist. This is all the way through my 20s. But the short answer is sometimes I think in life you are doing one thing because you're good at it and you just kind of do that thing. But in fact, there's a whole nother part of you that you haven't discovered yet. And if you were to allow yourself the time to dive into that, you would actually find that that's more suited to you than the thing that you're doing. And that's what happened to me. I actually found gradually over time that I could express myself much better from the podium than on the violin. Something about the limitations. I mean, you know, you're a violinist. You have to practice all the time. If you don't practice for 2 days, it goes like immediately somewhere away. It's really sad, right? You practice since you're 5, and if you let it go for a week, you feel uncomfortable on the instrument.
Well, I feel good.
Maybe you don't. I do. So, you know, and with conducting, it's much more cerebral. It's much more about studying. And I love opera. I love especially Wagner operas. I'm very just, this music just reaches in and grabs my heart. It always has. I love Verdi. I love Puccini. You know, I really love working with singers also. Well, we're working with a singer this week.
So let's say you just you love to discover more. I mean, you have way more opportunities, and let's say the world to discover as a conductor is quite big.
It's for me a bit more open.
Yeah.
What I miss is the string quartets. Because the string quartet repertoire is for me like the most amazing repertoire for violinists.
It is.
I miss you know, late Beethoven string quartets and the Janacek string quartets, but because I played so many string quartets, I feel like that repertoire. If you look at Beethoven string quartets, Beethoven symphonies, Shostakovich string quartets, you know, 15 string quartets, 15 Shostakovich symphonies. They're the Janacek to the Janacek Glagolitic Mass and Sinfonietta, and there's all this music that has a lot of parallels between quartets and symphonies. Schubert, Mozart, Haydn, you know, you can learn everything if you study the quartets first.
Well, so then I need to overjump and I need to go straight to another question, because I think, or what I feel is like you love to not to keep on doing something you do already, so you're always about to discover new things and to maybe also to go new ways. So what are your hobbies? Like, what are you doing if you're not doing music or conducting, whatever? So what is it?
I, especially during the 18-month pandemic period, had a chance finally to cook a lot. I love cooking, and I love like chef shows and things and Chef's Table and all these. I don't like the competition things. I don't like those but I like the world of sort of just the creative possibilities that you have with food, and then the reward you get, because then at the end you get to eat it. So,
I mean,
you know, it's like a double. It's doubly wonderful. Yeah.
And you're from, like, you're born in New York.
Yes, born and raised in New York City.
And city. Well, beside of this, I mean, I went to New York a couple of times, and I personally can't say that there is a specific certain typic dish or something stands for New York. So, but in any case, like, is there any type of, or like your favorite dish, what you really love to eat and to cook?
Good question. I mean, it's definitely not New Yorkie food. I think New Yorkers eat like pastrami sandwiches. Have you ever had a pastrami sandwich with mustard, where the meat is like this much meat and then this much rice?
Yeah, that's the problem why I can't
mustard.
Eat it.
And you have to eat it with a fork and a knife. Yeah,
I'm almost ready after 20% of this.
Well, of course, pizza is. New York food is not like the healthiest food.
But the pizza, okay, there's the history.
New York pizza is just the best. Well, I think so. But no, I like to cook sort of more, I would say, Japanese inspired.
Okay, there
cuisine.
We go.
I love Korean food. I love Japanese food. I'm no expert by any means, and I definitely mix the cultures in like a very wrong, incorrect way. Like, I don't know traditional.
No, I wouldn't say there is a wrong
but
way, because this is quite interesting, because I also love to cook, and sometimes not sometimes, pretty often I think that a lot dishes, or a lot great dishes by whomever, maybe famous cook, whatever, they are created by accident as well.
Right.
Like, and if you never go the way of hey, let's experience something brand new. Well, brand new is always maybe wrong.
Right.
But maybe it's super right, and maybe it's super tasty.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and cooking over an open fire is the best. Just being outdoors, cooking over an open fire. I mean, us musicians, we spend so much time indoors in a room practicing, and it's too much indoor. Like, I want to spend the next 40 years of my life more outside, if possible.
You said you've been also in Australia, and this is what makes me remembering Australia. When I was there is a lot open fire cooking, and this is so impressive and so tasty,
so delicious.
Oh yeah,
so amazing.
Great. What do you do, like, if you're down, like if you're completely out of energy, so, and you need to charge yourself? Is there anything? Or you just go for Netflix?
No, I never go for Netflix, actually. I go for a walk,
Okay.
sleep, and most importantly, spend time with my husband.
Okay. That's
I'm
great.
a romantic at heart.
Of course.
I just need him, and then I'm fine. You know, just family.
Of course. Yeah.
And friends. Talking to friends on the phone is great.
And a candle.
Candle. Yeah, candles are great.
Okay, cool. And another question is there any moment of your life, and I'm not talking about music, of course there are this we know the moments with music where we experience something amazing, or we met someone whom we always wanted to meet, but I'm talking about other things you did. And is there any moment here you love to remember, and if you remember, it gives you a certain warmth, like you feel like, wow, I love to remember that moment each time, maybe to fall asleep or to meditate or whatever?
Sure, many. I mean,
I just need one.
you just need one.
Pick one.
I would say I'm gonna choose being at the ocean.
Oh, that's great. I love the ocean.
Yes. Like
I love to
just,
surf.
you
Do
know,
you surf?
No, I didn't surf when I was little. I don't have the physicals. I didn't build up these muscles.
You don't need
have
them?
to, like,
Nah.
No?
You don't need them?
Maybe I didn't try hard enough.
Nah.
I don't have a ton of time to go surfing, but I would like to make more time for beach. I love the beach. I love the ocean. The smell, the salty air.
Yeah.
The whole thing is like,
Waves.
it's medicine.
It's exactly
great.
same for me. But I have a little problem when I go to a certain ocean where no waves. This is really not a deal for me.
Sad.
I'm suffering like hell because I see the ocean, I need to surf.
Right.
But one day,
That's
if you want to try, it's really not about muscles.
Really?
Not at
Interesting.
all.
All right, I'll give it another shot.
And by the way, there are a lot of parallels as well between doing music, making music, and I'm sure also conducting and surfing.
Interesting.
So yeah,
Interesting.
sometimes
In
it's
another episode.
sometimes it's more about the technique than muscles.
Yeah,
So
interesting.
go for it. I just can recommend it so hard. And so I guess another question I had is like, what would you do if it's not music? Would it be like you open up a restaurant?
How did you know that?
Well, I don't know. Just guessing.
I think that if I were not a musician, I'm pretty sure I would split my time. I would write. I love writing. I always wanted to be a writer. If I weren't a musician, I would probably be a writer. And definitely open up my own cafe, like in the French West Indies.
Okay.
On an island. So beach,
Nature.
French language, and nature.
But
and
it sounds great.
Food. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
you have your little cafe,
I
like
have it all
at the
worked
beach.
out. I have my retirement plan all worked out.
Everything's perfect. Okay, there you go. So it's perfect. Sounds great. I need to visit that one day, so you need to send me
So
the address. And is there anything you still need to do? Because you talk about nature. I mean, right now I'm talking about, is there a dream, like you tell yourself, one day I need definitely to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like either maybe you want to go to the universe, discover something up there.
No, I don't
conduct
have
some
any
aliens.
Space. I get a little claustrophobic in small space, so I would not want to go in outer space. But I think hiking up some of the major mountains. My husband hikes and he does a lot of big hikes, and I'm always too busy being a conductor and studying and blah 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 in a hotel room somewhere for the moment.
Yeah.
But I guess my dream is before I'm too old to train well. So I have about hopefully like 30 more years where I'm fit enough to train to be able to do some of these really big hikes, in the world, like especially in the Alps.
Yeah.
And
they
keep up with him, and they're really so beautiful, so amazing, and just that view and the air and the open space. I would love to do that.
Hiking, a little recommendation: Norway is really wonderful. It's not
amazing.
that high, but you have the ocean and
both.
The
Mountains
Lofoten,
and
for example.
Yeah,
it's so great.
Yeah.
Well, cool. And now the last 2 questions, and one question particularly for me, it's really interesting, and it's a bit about music, but also maybe more about business. It's really a pleasure to be conducted by a woman. this is a topic which is it's of course it's permanent everywhere. Topic like more women into certain positions, and it's such a difference, I would say, and it's different. And it's good, it's different, because of course women, men, they are different, and it's really a pleasure to be conducted by the women. But my question is, I always wondered, what is it, why is it so rare still that like there are only a few women conducting in the world and too many men? Sorry.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't have any idea. I really don't know. I mean, I never felt, I never thought about the fact that I'm a woman, that I'm a girl. It never occurred to me. And of course I noticed that I didn't see female role models. Like when I was a violinist, I never played under a woman, ever. And I didn't think about it because that was kind of normal, and that's also really weird.
But this is also weird, is what I'm saying.
So, but I didn't really think about it. It's only now people ask me all the time, like, what do you think? What do you think, and why, and how can we help it? And I hate to disappoint everybody, but I really don't have a magical answer. I'm happy that I'm doing the thing that I personally feel is right for me, for my personality. I love music so much that I'm willing to put up with. It's really, this is a very difficult lifestyle.
But I think, I'm sorry, I need to correct my hand. I think you gave already an answer, in my opinion, because you said like you never felt like being a woman.
No.
And this is actually something really cool, because I mean, if you just feel as a human being, then it also means that all the doors are open, and you just go for it, and you don't have any anything self-consciousness or whatever.
That's important.
So maybe this is also a good advice for everyone maybe out there. You want to become a conductor, whatever, so never think about, oh my god, I'm a woman or whatever. Just
focus on the music. Just work. If you're
Smash
prepared, if you're really prepared and you know what you want musically, and you've lived in the world of music, you know how to talk to people and how to just be cool and be nice and be a good colleague, then people will respect you like this because you're just a good musician and you want to make music, and there's nothing else there,
It's kind of the best way, like no gendering, and there you go.
Yeah, totally.
Cool. And the last question is for all of you out there, probably practicing, trying to improve, and with a dream in the pocket. What is your advice to all the coming up musician students suffering, practicing? What would you say is the most important to take care all this way to stay happy and to finally to become a good musician, whatever you do?
I think definitely taking care of your physical body is super important. I feel like musicians don't get enough exercise.
That's so true.
Fresh air.
That's so true.
And we always are getting stressed and thinking, because it's a performing art, you're being judged and you're being watched and observed all the time, and that creates a lot of tension in the body, and you need to release it somehow. Just get outside, like go for a run, do something else, play basketball with your friends, I don't know, just more sports, more outdoor time. And I know all the musicians that I know that have stayed really healthy and happy in their job, especially orchestra jobs. They're all like, most of them are pretty sporty in some way, even if it's just walking.
Yeah.
But not to just sit around like in the canteen.
Yeah, of course, but this is the typical thing.
Yeah, that's the old school model of the musician. It's sort of like, not having any time to do anything except work, and like going and having a cigarette out back in the break. And a lot of people do that. There was a time in my life that I lived that way too as a violinist, because everybody's doing it, and I think it's dangerous.
It's super dangerous.
I think it's really important to just be a little bit more physically active.
Well, this is also what I used to say. I mean, I also figured out pretty late, because before I started the studies, I did quite a lot of sports, but then the studying time, just practicing and hanging out with coffee and beer.
Yeah.
No sports. And then when I started playing in the orchestra, just 3-4 years later, I started to do my certain passions I had on mind, like snowboarding and surfing finally. And this is also my advice to everyone, like take really a lot time for your body and for your soul.
Yes.
Because this will make you better
Yes.
in whatever
and
you do.
It's the music also, because
Exactly.
music is about life in the end.
Exactly.
And you need to feel good to be able to give that to people.
It's great. So I'm ready so far. Thanks for the time, and I hope you enjoyed. Again, Karina, and great conductor, and I hope to see you soon back.
Thank
And
you.
for now, let's have some great concerts.
Yes, have fun
And,
tonight. Yeah.
See you back with another episode coming up soon. And bye bye.